Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how to make carrot cake. So, yeah, I'll tell you how much you need and everything, and I'll post the recipe box. I'll post the recipe in the box down below, down there somewhere. So first things first, you're gonna want to take a small clean bowl. And I apologize, my hand looks weird. I'm wearing a glove because I have this brace thing on. So you're going to want to take 2 cups of flour, white or whole wheat, whatever. Just pour that in there. Then you're going to want to take a teaspoon of baking soda. One and a half teaspoons of baking powder. Please do not get these mixed up. Trust me, your cake, I know that they sound really similar, and I got these mixed up once, and yeah, you don't want to try doing that. You really don't want to mix these up. So 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to pour it in my hand, and then measure it from here. Good. Salt stabilizes the mixture. Cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons as well. Do not get this mixed up with cayenne pepper, unless you're making it for April Fool's Day. And yeah, that's it. So just whisk this together. And before you do this, preheat your oven and grate carrots. Preheat your oven to 350 if you live in the States or other places that use English measure, or 180 degrees Celsius or centigrade if you live anywhere else like I do. So now, and you're going to need 2.5 cups of carrots, so grate those beforehand, before you light your oven. Now you're going to take 4 eggs, crack them in your bowl. This recipe uses a lot of eggs. Okay, I'm going to pause. So now you're going to get your electric mixer, your electric hand mixer. And if I can get this plugged in, beat these eggs until they're light and fluffy. Okay, now you're going to add in 1.5 cups of sugar and beat until light and thick colored. Get all the sugar in there. I don't know if you can see, but this mixture is a lot lighter than it was before. It's thick, comes down in ribbons like this, but then it almost immediately disappears. Okay, so now you're going to want 1 cup of vegetable oil, or other oil that doesn't have a flavor. Now just add the oil in a steady stream while mixing. Okay, now the oil is incorporated. Ta-da! Now you're just going to want to add, first the vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You can use vanilla extract. Use vanilla extract because, yeah, I'm just using the artificial stuff because that's all I can get. Try to use the pure because that tastes a lot better. And just mix this in. There we go. Now we're going to add the flour mixture. Probably about, yeah, just add it all. And beat it till it's barely incorporated. There we go, that's now clicking. Very thick, see? Nice ribbons. So now, yeah, just take off the mixture paddles because you're going to want to do the rest by hand. Now take the nuts. I'm using a mixture of nuts and craisins. You know, the kind that comes in the packets with salad. Just a cup of these because we don't like eating it with salad, but you can just toast walnuts or pecans and use those instead. You don't need to add raisins or anything. And 3/4 pound of carrot, grated carrot, finely grated, see? Or 2.5 cups. So just add those in. Dun, 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 dun. With a rubber spatula, like this, fold it in. Folding is just essentially mixing without incorporating air. Okay, so now with your batter and everything, I'm just going to set these bowls over here. Kind of clear out the space. There we go. I'm just using bread pans, but you can use 8-inch round or 8-inch square pans. And just pan, non-stick spray, yada yada yada. You do want to get like the entire surface very well covered because you do not want this to stick. There we go, that's better. Okay, so now you're going to want to equally divide the batter between the 2 pans. So, sorry if you can't see this so well. It will be kind of chunky, like that. Ag, scary. I'm not so used to cooking while filming. So yeah, make sure you get a lot of it out. Okay, see, there we go. There we have our beautiful carrot cakes. And there we go. So make sure you're going to want to put these in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And around 25 minutes, you're going to want to check them by poking a toothpick into the middle. The toothpick comes out clean, you are done. They are done. But if there's still like crumbs or whatever on the toothpick, then it needs to cook longer. Also, another way to see if it's done is you touch the top, and if it springs, you gently tap the top, and if it springs back, then you're good. Okay, I'm going to show you, sorry about that, I'm going to show you how to make cream cheese frosting. So, this is 12 ounces of cream cheese, 1.5 8-ounce packages. Most cream cheese things in the States and in most countries, they come in either 100 and 200 and 1 cup portions. You know, the average block, it's about $1.50, blah, 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 blah. So, and here I also have 2.5 sticks of butter. It is, I believe, half a pound of butter and 3/4 pound of cream cheese. I'm just guessed. Yeah. So we're going to want to take this and cream it together. And this is room temperature. Whenever you make frostings, you always want things to be room temperature so that they will combine properly. See, look how soft it is. So yeah, just whip this on high speed for like 3 to 4 minutes until it gets nice and brown. Just to let you know, you must use full fat cream cheese and butter. You can't, it has to be the blocks and stuff, or else you'll still get frosting, you'll still get the same taste, it'll just be a lot thinner, and you don't really want that. So spin this around, scrape down the bowl. Yeah, do that. Now we're going to open 2 cups of powdered sugar. I generally put it in a cup at a time, and I'm just powdered sugar on my pants. Now normally you should sift it, but you don't really have to. Especially if it's a newer thing of cream cheese, because then it's not very lumpy. Let's put in a cup of cup of confectioner's powder or icing sugar. They're all the same thing, they're just different names. And mix it in. Okay, there we go, that's 1 cup. Going to want to add 2 cups. Give it a little taste. This isn't one of the sweeter recipes. This is fairly tangy. You need a little more than 2 cups of sugar for texture. Go another cup. All the sugar's incorporated, because you do not want like clumps of sugar. Now add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Actually, a little less than a teaspoon. And if you want, you could just leave it at vanilla and do that. But since I'm making carrot cake, I'm adding the zest of 1 lime, and you can use lemon as well. This generally ends up to be about a teaspoon. This gives it a nice lemony flavor, which goes really well with carrot cake. If you're planning on using it for like piping, then I'd leave out the lemon zest because it can get caught in the tips. But I'm also going to just be spreading it, so I'm going to add it. Now just give it a taste, because you need to make sure it's sweet enough for you. That's good. Actually not quite. I think it needs a little